What's up, y'all? Episode 4 here on Just Talking. Game 1 was last night. It started off really back and forth. Some really good performances by KD, Curry, LeBron, even Kyrie. Hit some amazing layups in the first half. I think last night was, that first half really lived up to what everybody thought it was going to be. Back and forth, high scoring. A lot of the best players in the world on the floor at the same time. I think it was what everybody wanted, but obviously it got out of hand. But we'll talk about that later. First thing I wanted to talk about was Kevin Durant. I think he really reminded people on how skilled he is and what he can do when he has good pieces around him, and his skill set was definitely on display last night. Countless dunks, and some where he probably shouldn't have got just because bad defense by the Cavs in transition. But I think he reminded people that the gap between him and LeBron isn't that far off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know LeBron gets all these triple doubles, and he's regarded as the greatest, the best player in the world. But Kevin Durant, 8 assists, 8 rebounds last night, 38 points. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If he did that on a consistent basis, that'd be he'd be LeBron. But he's on I think a more talented team, a more talented starting five. So, I think he reminded people, what he's capable of, and who he is as a player. And I don't think we acknowledge that enough. I think we just, he's on Golden State. No, he's still a top 5 player in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's won an MVP. He's carried a team to the finals before this. Like, so I think we need to respect him a little bit more. But hopefully he can keep this up. And me personally, I want him to win MVP just so everybody will shut up. You know what I'm saying? Just because I understand the move wasn't popular, but if you got an opportunity at your job to live in a better city, to be more happier, and live your life the way you want to live it, nobody would judge you. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you join one of the best companies in the world, better than your company and more money and just a better all-around lifestyle, and it's going to make you happy, why can't you do that in basketball? It's not that serious, honestly. You know what I'm saying? He wants to live his life that way. I think we need to let him. Second thing, Curry looked good again. Always got the 3-ball, and he's an underrated left-hand finisher too. I know. Previous episodes I gave Kyrie the best left-hand finisher in the league, but he's underrated too. He finished a couple times with the left in traffic on Tristan Thompson, body to body. He's tough too. So let's. I think we need to. He's not just a 3-point shooter. Like, he can get to the rack too. So I think we need to look out for that. LeBron had a double-double in like 11 minutes, which is crazy. He played well. Just the same story with him. Just needed a little more help. Kyrie gave him up, I think 24. Kevin Love had a double-double, but it seemed like it kind of flipped. Like, I know I said that the Warriors, the Warriors were the team that were going to need like special teams, like somebody like JaVale to step in, somebody like, Iguodala to come in, Livingston, and give him about 8 to 10. But it seems like the Cavs need that. It seems like Darren Williams didn't really help him out last night. Korver, couldn't get it going. It seemed like they need, they're the team that needs special teams. Because I guess if Curry and Durant are going to give you about 70 combined, and even if Draymond and Klay don't play the best, if they can come up with another 20 combined, that's 90 right there. So, and then you go, a couple 4s, couple 6s, you're over 100. So, apparently the Cavs are the team that needs special teams. So, Thompson needs to step it up. I know he's not the best offensive player, but, get a tip in, a couple garbage baskets. He's gonna need to catch a lob here, just pick and roll finish. You would like Kevin Love to have, about 18, 20, if possible. And even J.R. Smith hit the first shot of the game. Very tough shot, corner 3-ball. It made it look very easy, but after that, you didn't hear about him again until he he ran away and let Kevin Durant dunk about twice. I think Klay Thompson. I don't know if he's gonna get it going, but I think he needs a little more respect on the defensive end. Nobody can really guard Kyrie, but he did a really good job. He helped them in the second half, and I think that's when the lead grew because Kyrie really couldn't get it going. Draymond too. He didn't really have points, but he he was himself on defense. A lot of rebounds, a lot of hustle plays, just all around, just everywhere. Um, one play that really stuck out to me was when I believe he got a rebound, kind of like wrestled for it. It got loose and dived out of bounds, but kicked, saved it to Curry, and then they come down. Kevin Durant hits a three, stares down the crowd. Everybody goes nuts. Caps call timeout. Like just plays like that, because if he lets that ball go out of bounds, it is what it is. But he put his body on the line. He saved it. 3-4 dribbles later, wide open three. Kevin Durant is going to make that more often than not. As far as the Cavs, the turnovers killed them. Turnovers were terrible, and some of them just could have been prevented. Just a lot of stuff you learn when you're younger. Just if you're gonna leave your feet to pass, it should probably be to shoot, unless it's a definite. LeBron got caught in the air a couple times, threw it away. A couple times they tried to play as fast as the Warriors. Just tried to kick ahead, and I just don't think they have the people that capable to do that. And they threw it out of bounds once or twice. And on the flip side of the turnovers, they didn't have any steals, which is weird. First team in the finals. I think since they started recording steals, that a team didn't get a steal. So that's definitely an issue, because they're definitely a team that's usually in the passing lanes. LeBron always picks off one or two. Tristan Thompson gets a lot of steals, and sometimes you just get a steal because the other person, the other team's doing too much. So I thought that was weird that they didn't get a turnover, and I think Golden State only had like 4 or 5, which is crazy for the pace they play at, which is high intensity, high pace, 100 miles per hour. So an adjustment would be just I saw somebody on Twitter said that the Cavs had some middle school turnovers, so if they could limit those, I think it would definitely give them a better chance to win the next game, or even be in the next game, because a shot is better than a turnover. Even if you shoot from half court, it's got a chance to go in. You turn it over, the ball's going the other way. So for the Warriors, I don't see much they can do better outside of maybe Draymond Green hit an open shot or two, and then Klay Thompson just instead of starting out 2 for 8, maybe 5 for 8. You know what I'm saying? Like just being more consistent. I don't see how much more they can do better. Honestly, like if you're gonna get that out of Curry and Durant, like I said, you only need another person to get 10, another person to get 12, and Klay Thompson and Draymond are definitely capable of that. So honestly, just if they keep their turnovers down and keep playing at that pace, and come up with the defensive plays like they did. I mean, they gave up a lot of points in the first half, but they made the plays they needed to in the second half, and whether it was deflections or steals or just coming up with a big time rebound that they probably shouldn't have got, where Cleveland might have more more players under the rim. You might be a 3-on-2 under the rim, and they're boxed out, and it's just it's a long rebound and they come up with it. So as far as that, the only thing I think they can do better is maybe if you can get Klay close to 20 points and you still got Durant and Curry in high 20s, I just don't see a way that the Cavs can win. As far as the Cavs, turnovers, terrible. Rebounding's got to be better. Tristan Thompson only had like 4 or 5 last night. Maybe alter the rotation, because some of those bench players played way too long. I think LeBron and Kyrie are going to have to play 40-plus minutes. I know it's late in the season. They probably played over 100 games, but that's just, or close to it. It's just what it is. Like, they're going to have to play the whole game and, put their team in a better position to win. Kyle Korver needs to hit some shots. JR's got to hit some shots. Transition defense is going to be a big-time thing just because of how fast the Warriors play. And also, I think they need to calm down a little bit. I know they can get out in transition, and you got LeBron, but sometimes when you get a stop, you just gotta walk it up the floor, just because, especially if you don't have numbers, you just gotta live with it. So, those are the 3 things I think they really need to focus on. Are obviously, 1, the turnovers. 2, they need to hit some shots, and 3, they got to rebound the ball. I know I talked about that last episode, but they really got to rebound the ball, just because if they're rebounding the ball, that stops that stops Golden State from going on those quick 8 points, quick 10 points, three ball here, three ball there in transitions, especially if they get on the offensive glass, which is Tristan Thompson's specialty, and Kevin Love's very good at it as well. So they definitely need to focus on those couple things, and I think they'll be in a better position to win. As far as game 2, I think it's gonna be tough. Like that crowd is insane. Kevin Durant is playing out of his mind. Curry seems like he can shoot the ball from anywhere sometimes. Every time he's one of the only people that every time he shoots the ball, you think it's going in. Like no matter what type of shot it is, no matter where it's from. 22 seconds left on the shot clock, 1 second left on the shot clock. End the game, first shot of the game. Like you just believe in it. You believe in it because you've seen it so many times, and he's so consistent. So, as far as game 2, I think LeBron's gonna have to have a similar performance, and really get to the line. Kyrie's gonna have to do the same. Kevin Love, even if he can give that double-double again, I think he had 12 and 17. Even if he can do that, but like I said, they need the special teams. They need Korver to hit shots. They need J.R. Smith to hit shots. It'll be interesting to see if Channing Frye gets a run, just because he's a big, but he can shoot it really well. And they're gonna need Shumpert to hit a shot or two. I know he hit one last night, but he had 2 or 3 wide open ones, and I think the Warriors are kind of, the way they're rotating, sometimes they kind of want him to shoot it. So I think he's got to be able to knock it down, or at least take a dribble in and hit the 17, 15-footer or whatever. So prediction for game 2, I think it's a much better game. Definitely don't think you see the Warriors blow them out like that. But if I had to pick, I think the Warriors win by about 6 or 7. I think it's a close game, but I think the Warriors just make a few more plays down the stretch. So hopefully everybody is gonna have a good weekend this weekend, and hopefully you get a chance to be around some family and friends and watch game 2. All right, man.